Hello, I'm Alex and this is Craig.
Hello.
And today we're going to be discussing why Fallout 4 is on our best games list. So Craig, tell us, why is Fallout 4 on our best games list?
Well, here we are again discussing our best games list, and Fallout 4 makes it because despite a few issues in places, it's still a fantastic RPG and just a great place to be and to explore. And at the end of the day, when you're playing a Bethesda game, that's what it brings.
So what really sets it apart from the other RPGs around?
It kind of lets you just go on and do what you want. I mean, if you want to in Fallout 4, you can just totally ignore the main story. You don't have to, try and follow the main quest. You don't really have to join a faction. You can literally just go off, point in a direction, and off you go. But if you go the wrong way, then you'll probably get Deathclaw maul you to death, to be honest with you. So sometimes you can follow some of the guidance that the quests give you, but you can do whatever you want, and that's the beauty of it, really.
So with regards to the story, how does that play through? What's that like?
The story sees you... the game actually starts before the war, which is quite strange for a Fallout game. So you see your character run into the bunker, the Vault 111. You get frozen in time, and then 200 years later, out you pop, and you're looking for your son. So it's a case of trying to find your son, basically. And the early parts of the story are kind of interesting, actually. You meet some intriguing characters, some of which can become companions. My personal favourite is Nick Valentine, because I think he's such a great character with a great voice.
I've heard you do a very good impression.
Yes, that's on the podcast though. But yeah, no, Nick Valentine's great. There's also others like Piper, Kat. I think it's Kat, might be Kate. She's the Irish woman anyway. And then, a few others which are fantastic, and they come along for the ride.
Obviously, you mentioned there's still some issues with the engine that the game's running on. Does this affect the gameplay much?
It depends how you want to look at it. It is a sticky issue, especially when you compare it to The Witcher 3, which came out about 6 months prior to Fallout 4. The Witcher 3, like Fallout 4, is a massive open-world RPG, but The Witcher 3 runs infinitely better than Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 4 is arguably more ambitious than The Witcher 3, because the slightest thing you move or touch in Fallout 4, it will stay that way. And with that ambition comes the issue of frame rate, glitches and bugs, and they do occur frequently, but it's whether you allow Bethesda, I guess, the kudos for even trying to do that. But it is there is issues. But for myself, I didn't have any crashes throughout the game, and I think we've had less crashes with Fallout 4 than what we did see with New Vegas and 3, so it's possibly a step in the right direction.
You have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Go away.
Okay, with regards to previous Fallout games, do you think there's anything new that sets this one apart from those ones?
The biggest thing really is the addition of building your own settlement. Now, in a way, having so many settlements that you can build up might take away random towns you can go to get missions from. So I'd probably say there's a slight lack of side content in Fallout 4 compared to previous ones. But you can build your own town. You can build walls and turrets and defences and food, and there's even some people who have built sort of Iron Man kind of castles, and they've got all their power armour in there. Speaking of which, power armour in Fallout 4 you get very early as well, and that works slightly differently when compared to the previous Fallout games. Levelling in Fallout 4 is also handled slightly differently. In previous games you had a cap of 30 and then 50 with the DLC, but in Fallout 4 there's no cap. You can keep levelling over and over again up to 60, 70, 80, which works slightly differently. And you once you level, you get a star, and you put those into perks. So essentially you can have tons and tons of different perks all at the same time, which you couldn't before in Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
So tell us a bit more about the perks. What are they like?
The perks themselves come in a variety of shapes and sizes, shall we say. There's things like improving your VATS capability, radiation resistance, increasing your damage with certain weapons, but you've still got old favourites in there from the previous games like Lady Killer and Black Widow, which work on the opposite sex to yourself and help you out in that regard. But there's tons, there's absolutely tons.
What's your favourite one? Which one do you use?
I don't really have a favourite. I actually ended up putting more points just into the initial sort of special that you set up at the start of the game, which lets you carry more weapons and ammo and gives you more health. I ended up going down that route, which you can do, which in previous Fallout games you couldn't. So you got a variety of options here.
So do you think with this Fallout, it's a good one to get into if you've not played any of the franchise before?
Yeah, it's really easy to get into because although there is a sort of overarching story in the Fallout series, you can jump into any game because they're set in completely different locations with completely different characters. There are some things that carry over. For example, you have Deathclaws everywhere, there's the ghouls, and sort of things like that. Some of the factions as well carry over, like the Brotherhood of Steel. But you can jump into Fallout 4 without knowing a damn thing about what's going on, and you'll be fine to just go right away.
Thank you for watching our video today. If you liked it, then please click the like and subscribe buttons below. Doing so will really help us to grow and bring you more of the things you like. You can also follow Pause Resume on Twitter and like us on Facebook. But most importantly, please come and visit us at pauseresume.com, as that's where most of our content is. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.